Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to address one of the foundational things, the basic education. So yesterday I shared my videos about Matic, Chainlink and many things. What happened is my friends who I have been training for years, I have a private group where I provide uh, education on crypto, stock market, options trading, only mostly my friends and inner circle. And there's a friend who I have been training for years, 3 years, asked me a question yesterday, made me thinking. I was shocked. He asked me, what is Bitcoin? Now, what I realized is when you go to fifth grade and sixth grade, and if you do not know the basic alphabets, or if you don't know how to add one plus one, you are in a bigger trouble. So I will soon start a series on strategies and how to set up your life with the stock market, any market, crypto market. How do you strategize, right? But one important thing that I educate there is basic understanding. You must know what Bitcoin is, right? So today I'm going to explain Bitcoin as if you are a sixth grader. Now it's really important you listen to this because when teacher teaches A, B, C, D, E, F, G, it's going to be boring a little bit because you think you already know it. But once in a while, visiting the foundational pieces would be highly beneficial. And if you have never gone through a foundational training, please attend this. Now, I'm going to make multiple videos, but this is a first video. Now, in this video, I will not use any jargons. I will not use any textbook definitions because if I start talking textbook definition, for example, blockchain is immutable. You know the meaning of immutable, right? You know the meaning of blockchain. You know the sentence meaning. You understand what I mean, but you don't get it. You don't connect to it, right? It's not correlated to a real world thing. So people understand it, but they say, I got it, but I really don't. So we want to solve this. I went through several videos today on blockchain, Bitcoin basics, and try to understand. For example, Coin Bureau, right? He's one of the best out there. Problems, some problems, but I like him. But his explanation confused me, even me. How can we expect a beginner to learn this, right? Now, let me talk about a little bit about the future. Future in 10 years, there is no way you can survive in this world, in this modern world, in urban places, without making a single Bitcoin transaction. I'm talking about 10 to 20 years down the line. It's going to be an essential skill. Today, you use credit cards, right? All of us have got credit cards. We use mobile phones. Those are necessities. You cannot say, I do not know how to use credit card. I do not know how to use Facebook. Those are possible, but not really in today's world. Now, think about it. You are forced to learn how to make a transaction in Bitcoin. Probably you will be given better tools than that exist today. And you are 10 or 20 years older to you, current you. So, do you think an older version of you can learn things faster, better, more effectively? Imagine you learn it today. You will see, I'm not saying you will grab, but you will see the opportunities around Bitcoin from now till 10 years later, right? And when you see those kind of opportunities, you start realizing, everybody says Bitcoin is risky, but it doesn't look that risky because I have a feeling what it is. But now I understand what risk means because risk is something else which I should not do. For example, when I was growing up, everybody taught me stock market is people die when they go to stock market. People commit suicide in stock market, and I developed a fear against stock market. Then when I started getting some exposure, I started realizing people who end their life and do those kind of things in stock market, they are pure gamblers. They believed in their self-confidence, they believed in their luck, they were really optimistic. They messed up their life. So if you gamble, you lose everything. And understanding the difference between gambling and investing, that's the difference between success and failure, especially for a financial guy. So if you do not learn Bitcoin, there is no escape from it. You will have to learn no matter what. 10 years, 20 years down the line, you will be making your first Bitcoin payment. There's no doubt about it. Now, many people ask me, tell me, Binoy, Bitcoin is too risky and I don't want to get into that space. No, people do not know. Bitcoin is an early version, the very premature version. Bitcoin is solid. That's the strongest and the best coin out there. Solid. But after Bitcoin, there are 6 or 7 generations of crypto evolution happened, blockchain evolution. For example, it started with the DeFi. Ethereum came with the idea of smart contract, and it evolved into DeFi. Then it evolved into uh, file storage on a decentralized file storage, decentralized email system, decentralized message queuing, decentralized CPU, decentralized. I spoke about it yesterday in one of the sessions, but today it evolved to a level where a lot of things are possible in blockchain. And blockchain is not just a simple data ledger. Blockchain is a huge operating system, a software foundational component, a software operations system, right? So do not take it easy. You are not talking about just a ledger. We are not talking about a digital currency. We are talking about the entire operations of software development, everything being hosted in distributed, decentralized world. Now, when people talk decentralized, I don't think decentralized software system. I think decentralized innovation, right? And that's a highly powerful concept. And I will explain that in detail later. What I'm saying is there is no way you can escape from not learning Bitcoin. With that, let me start my session. I have 2 sessions planned for you. One is Bitcoin for Dummies. That means I just imagine you are a baby and I'll explain Bitcoin to you. Not that baby. I mean a 6th grader so that you can understand, right? Then the next session, I get into the details. And some people, I know some of you are crazy IT guys, crazy. You're geeks and nerds. You want to understand. Yeah, I don't want to know this currency aspect of it. I want to know what actually, how does the blocked, blocks and transaction database look like? You might ask. You might want to see the ER diagram, things like that, right? I will take care of it, but not in this session. This session is for kids, 6th graders. How would you understand blockchain and Bitcoin? And let's get started. Let me share the screen. Okay, let's get started. So, 6th graders, right? What it means is uh, I will avoid textbook definitions. That's going to be the next video because some people want to hear the textbook definitions. This is a layman's language video. Uh, so I might not be correct. I might not be perfect. I might not make sense because you have no idea how difficult it is to translate into layman's language. I had to think a lot, right? Uh, so as I said all those things, there's no escaping, right? There's no escaping. So if you don't understand it, because in the newspapers and many places you are listening about, you have been hearing about Bitcoin for years, and still if you don't understand Bitcoin, there's a problem because there was nobody gave you basic education. And it's really important that you get basic education. That's the purpose of this video. So I have to ask you for one favor in this video. When you don't want to miss basic education, what is Bitcoin? That is something that you must not uh, miss, because this is going to have serious problems in your life if you miss it. So I have to ask you for one favor in this. Please do not multitask. I want your undivided attention. This is really basic teaching. Once you understand this, learning Ethereum, learning IPFS, learning everything is going to be much easier. Now, I am not going to uh, explain the textbook definition, and you are not going to get confused with this hypo. So jargons. So anytime when you are being taught by uh, so-called people in the internet, they are going to use these terminologies. These are the jargons. They cannot explain Bitcoin without using these jargons, right? So I am going to somehow avoid these words, right? Digital currency, global currency, BTC, blockchain, distributed ledger technology, consensus mechanism, Byzantine fault tolerance, Tendermint consensus mechanism, private key, public key, proof of work, proof of stake, halvings, mining difficulty, peer-to-peer network, miners, ASIC machines, Bitcoin wallet, the Bitcoin network. All these things will be explained in the subsequent videos. So just park them. Consider this. You never want to understand this for the time being. Because most of the time when I explain these things, people start asking this question, okay, what is mining? I heard what talking about halving. They don't have patience to understand the basics. Then they just start getting into advanced topics and they never understand it. This is the only time, only 30 minutes. You dedicate your 30 minutes for this particular video. It's going to be worth it. It's gonna clear your mind. Characteristics of Bitcoin, right? Decentralization, divisibility, durability, fungibility, limited supply, portability, transparency, deflationary, fast, scarcity, security, acceptability, anonymous. So there are a lot of things that you will hear. We will talk all about all these things in later videos. I just want to give you with a list of words which you can search after this session in internet. Learn by yourself if you want. Otherwise, you wait for my next videos. We'll take care of it. Go through these words individually, and by the time you make notes about each and every word, you are already an expert in Bitcoin. All the keywords are given here. Go to Wikipedia, search yourself. Forget all these things. Let's use simple words. So my simple words could look might funny, laughable, forgiving. So do you know Bitcoin? There are only 21 million Bitcoins ever exist in the face of Earth. There is no way we can make more than 21 million Bitcoins. What it means is every Bitcoin, if they are owned by a millionaire, so for example, there are so many millionaires in the world, right? 100 million millionaires in, I think, in America alone, I guess. And today, thousands of millionaires are created by this ecosystem, the crypto ecosystem, on a daily basis or something crazy. I'm hearing something crazy. So just imagine every millionaire takes one Bitcoin and holds it and never sells it. What would happen to this supply, right? There won't be any supply. The supply scarcity will drive Bitcoin price up to $10 million, $20 million. Nobody knows, right? I'm going to talk about it, why I think Bitcoin will be $10 million, right? I will talk about it later. But do we have really 21 million Bitcoins in the world? No. So we are thinking, so people looked at and analyzed the wallets, the movement of Bitcoins and all those things. People realize probably if a good share of Bitcoins are already lost. People, let me explain this. So when you have Bitcoin, what you do, you go to an account called Coinbase, Robinhood, Basirex, or any crypto exchange, you pay $100 and buy a little bit of Bitcoin, right? And rich people pay $68,000 and buy one Bitcoin, right? And when they do that, that company holds that Bitcoin for you. For example, if you go to Coinbase and buy one Bitcoin, Bitcoin will be held by Coinbase. And that is what we call custodial Bitcoin, right? Or custodial. So they are the custodians of the coins, right? So every centralized exchange, like Binance and all other centralized exchanges are custodians of the coins, right? Now, the problem with that is if the custodian, for example, I had a good portfolio with a company called Voyager last time, and they got bankrupt. And where's my money? I got a little bit, and I still didn't get a lion's share. Around 70% of the money I didn't get back. I got cash from them or something. I didn't get anything. Basically, I lost almost my everything. So what happened is these people. So the risk of holding in the custody is that you lose Bitcoin forever, or any coin. It can be Ethereum and everything, right? Now, let me explain one more thing. Custodian means those people are holding it, right? So there are coins like Super, for example. Super is a coin available in Coinbase. So you pay and buy Super coin, just like a Bitcoin. It's a different coin. And when you hold Super, what happens is Super has a lot of companies who are clients with, right? So all the clients of Super, right? Let's make sense. Super is a company that facilitates something, and all the people or the vendors who come there and build something on top of Super, right? They want people to hear about them, right? So super. Just imagine Super is a supermarket, and in that supermarket there are smaller shops, and Super is renting the shop. And one guy goes to a shop and he starts a shoes store. And when he starts the shoe store, he wants all the customers to go there. So what he does, he can create coupon a coupon code, a promotion code, and give it to the company, the Super main shopping complex company, and say everybody who comes to the shopping complex, give this as a gift to them on your name, so that they will come and visit my shop, right? So Super is okay with that because Super wants everybody to visit the store because more people visit the store, Super gets more money, right? Some they have some deals. We call it gas fee in our world, right? But Super probably doesn't have gas fee, but Super gets some benefit if somebody else builds on it, right? So Super wants these clients to be happy. They want more customers, so they are okay to give these free things to them. And this is what we call airdrop, right? So what is airdrop? In order to get certain things from the customers or get the customers or get a like on the Twitter from the customers, the client company, whatever company it is, they will send you a gift. That's called airdrop. So they are going to send some of their coins to you as a gift. This is as simple as that. So when you get airdrop, sometimes you get very small airdrop, $1, $5 worth of airdrop. But you know what happens with some of these companies? Hundreds or 200 of new companies comes in. One company grows by 20,000 times. So if you get $1, that becomes $20,000. So there are so many people in the last 3 months got $20,000 worth of coins, right? So when you get airdrops, please do not pass on. Just go and get it. It's free money coming to you. And if you're lucky, out of 100, one will you make a lot of money. And that's one way to make money. Now, what kind of money are distributed by these people? Around how many people, right? So we would think, oh, they're giving us probably $500,000 or $1 million. No, it's insane money, insane money. It's not. It's more than $100 million. One company could give more than $100 million money just free to people. It's a crazy. All you need to do is go there, like Twitter, like do something they want, and you get it. Now coming back to this super. Super is held by custodian, and this client wants to give you some money. And what client decides is, oh, I want to give free money to everybody who is holding super coin, right? And they send all the free airdrops to all the wallets that are available. Everybody gets money. So what happens is Coinbase gets the money, and what Coinbase does is they will keep it. They will never give you the money. So custodial wallets or custodian accounts have got two risks. Number one, you can lose everything when they go bankrupt. Number two, you can basically lose opportunities on free lunches. And when I say free lunch, people would say there is no free lunch. And I'm telling you, there is free lunch. Please go get it. Okay, now you understand custodian, right? Now let me talk about non-custodial. That is private wallets. So what you do is you download a software. We call it a wallet. So MetaMask, Trust Wallet, and there's so many products available in the world today. That's going to be a different session. You download the wallet and you put the money in that wallet. The wallet has got a passcode. It's a 12-word password. It's called phrases, mnemonics. You copy that, store it in a paper, put it in your bank locker, put it there, right? Then what happens is you forget about it or you misplace it, you lose it. And without that password, without that we call it private key or passphrases. There are two things, right? You need to have one of this, either private key or passphrases, without which you cannot get the money back. That's a solid security of blockchain. You need that, otherwise you cannot get it. So the risk of putting in your private wallet is you have to put the data multiple places. You need to buy a hardware wallet, put it there. I don't trust all the hardware wallets because you don't know what they're doing inside the product. They could probably send the keys to somewhere else, right? So you need to be very careful. Uh, uh, do not buy things if you do not trust. They could just take all your private keys and send an email to somebody else and you lose all your money. So when you buy wallets, please make sure you buy the best authentic wallet, hardware wallet. You can also create an account in Node VPN or one password and store information there, but make sure that you have two passwords for that Node wallet. And you also have to have what do you call two-factor authentication. Anything and everything that you deal with in crypto, you need to have two-factor authentication, right? Anyway, I went out of, I went there and here, but I hope you understood. We spoke about airdrops. We spoke about custodian wallet maintained by a company which is under the government. So government can go and tell them that, okay, you have to freeze all your accounts, right? Government can today go to Coinbase and say, US government can go to Coinbase and all the US account you have to freeze. That means you are frozen. That's challenging the basic foundational question of blockchain or Bitcoin, right? Anyway, now you understood the wallet, how the wallet works, and do you think all this 21 million Bitcoins are still available in the past 14, 16 years? Many people lost coins. Today, we are expecting around 16 million to 17 million coins in existence and available, recoverable, right? Out of which so many coins are held by companies, private companies, private millionaires, crypto whales, right? They never sell Bitcoin. For example, one guy just buys 100 Bitcoin every day for since 2019. Every day he buys 100 Bitcoin. No questions asked. Uh, so he keeps on buying, right? Michael Slayer from Microsoft MicroStrategy, he owns more than 200,000 Bitcoin. So, like Michael said, so many companies, owners, CEOs, or founders of the private companies and public companies started owning Bitcoin because they started realizing Bitcoin is not going to be a cryptocurrency in the future. It's going to be much more than that. People are going to use derivatives of Bitcoin as financial solutions. For example, you can mortgage Bitcoins and you can what do you call lend Bitcoin and all those things. Not in the current crypto world, you do the lending protocols and many other things are there. But I'm talking about at a much higher level, at the government levels and all those things. So people started recognizing it. It's mainstream. So big companies are going to get a lot of Bitcoin. We already know Grayscale, Rock, BlackRock, all those people together have got probably more than a million Bitcoin now. I didn't check the latest count. So they have a million. China may have some. And we see several countries or a big whales buying Bitcoin in the past 2 months. They're accumulating it. We are thinking maybe it's a country is accumulating Bitcoin. They probably want to challenge America because all Americans are buying it now, so it's a leverage for them. We don't know all those things, but we know people are buying a lot. And then from today to next 18 months, there is going to be a supply crunch because there is a constant demand because of ETF. Companies like BlackRock is marketing Bitcoin today. So companies will start buying Bitcoin, or bigger investors will start buying Bitcoin in the next 16 months. That means there is a demand coming out in Bitcoin, right? But supply, let's talk about supply. There is no supply. There's only 21 million. Today, not all 21 million coins are in the circulation, right? So there's something called circulation and total supply. So, Mark, out of this 21, some percentage of the coins are still not released. Not a big percentage, small percentage. Today, 900 bitcoins are mined from that small bucket. So every day, 900 bitcoins are released and sent it to the open pool. By 2135 I mean, probably 115 years later, all the bitcoins might be removed out, right? By 2034, in another 10 years, the Bitcoin in the remaining bucket is going to be so small, nobody even cares about supply from there, right? So what I mean to say is that Bitcoin supply is going to be really small eventually. 1 month later, right, in month of May or May or April, I don't know, I remember. But for the supply that will be released from the small bucket, right, from the mining, is going to be only 450. So only 450 bitcoins are going to be available every day to miners, and these miners are not going to sell it. The miners are going to hold it. That means no supply, but constant demand from ETF. So when demand is higher and the supply is going to be 450, what is going to happen to any entity? The entity is going to skyrocket. This is the reason why we say Bitcoin is going to be easily 300,000 by next year this time. And everything can happen, but the community, the crypto community, everybody strongly believes it's going to be $300,000 by middle of next year. We also have to understand out of this 21 million, we said the corporate CEOs like Michael has got so much. Companies like BlackRock, right, has so much. But remember, BlackRock is not owning those bitcoins. BlackRock bought it for us, right? When I buy one ETF from them, BlackRock goes to market and buy corresponding Bitcoin and keeps it. So they are the custody of it, right? So BlackRock and Party has got around 1 billion already. Then Coinbase, Binance, they all have to run their exchanges. So they have to keep a lot of, and every exchange in the world has to keep some Bitcoin. Otherwise, they don't have liquidity, right? If you see why Coinbase app goes down once in a while, once in a while, Coinbase app goes down and people are running around and people think Coinbase does not have a great system, right? I suspect it's they don't have Bitcoin. They have a liquidity issue, right? Bitcoin is not available in the market. Nobody's selling. Things like that. I'm guessing. I don't know. So what I mean to say is that this is basics of economics, right? If supply and demand basics, think about it. There's only 21 million Bitcoin. Nobody can create more. Now people think, how stable is Bitcoin? Can somebody break Bitcoin? Right? You can ask, can somebody break Bitcoin? Can somebody run its computing power, thousands of computers and try to create the private key using some algorithm and break into it, right? People tried it. If you know supercomputer, so supercomputers do not use binaries and all those things. It has a different way of operating. Even if we have a supercomputer, it would take years to break uh, Bitcoin. So it's not that easy to break Bitcoin. There are a lot of questions about can North Korea break Bitcoin, China break Bitcoin, all those things are there, but it's not possible. But there are conceptually there are things people can do to break it, but practically not possible. Now, I hope you understand why everybody is talking about how Bitcoin can be 300 million, $300,000 or 10 million, right? Now, what we are thinking is if you own 0.21 Bitcoin, all right, 0.21 Bitcoin, you don't need one Bitcoin. If you own 0.21 Bitcoin, 2034, you'll be a rich guy. So Michael Slayer, there is one of the Bitcoin he talks a lot about Bitcoin. He's the main promoter of Bitcoin, not like the Elon Musk for Doge. This guy only morning to evening he talks only Bitcoin, 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 and he just repeats it. You don't need to listen to it. Just go and listen to one of his sessions. That's it. He just repeats, 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 and I sleep when I see him, like you are doing now. U.S. probably you are sleeping. Huh? Wake up, wake up, wake up. So my this guy only repeats about Bitcoin all the time, but he is our god now because he is the one who is promoting Bitcoin. He is spending money and time to Bitcoin. So I'm forever thankful to him for doing all those things. But boring. But anyway, these are the things that are happening in the Bitcoin world. We all believe uh, 0.21. If you want 0.21 Bitcoin, you are all set for life. Michael recently did a sarcastic comment, right? He should have never done that, but he did a sarcastic comment. People who own Bitcoin, they're smart people. The rest of the people are poor people. Poor. Unfortunately, I don't have a Bitcoin. I don't have Bitcoin. Okay, unfortunately, I like Bitcoin. I love Bitcoin, but I don't have it. But what to do? That's the way it works. But I have different reasons. But anyway, if you believe in this 21 million, if you believe this is real, you might want to own a little bit. You can buy with $100 Bitcoin. You don't need to buy Bitcoin for $78,000. When you buy Bitcoin, remember, when you buy gold, a real 24 karat gold or a real diamond, I forgot the clarity, but the best call clarity, 5 carat diamond. What you feel, you get the feeling that I have the most expensive, most valuable asset in my hand, right? So when you buy Bitcoin, you should feel that way. When you buy Doge, when you buy Ethereum, when you buy anything else, Solana, nah. Bitcoin is the digital gold. He's the king of crypto. He drives everything. When everything is fabulous in the world of Solana or Ethereum, but Bitcoin just moves down or up, everything collapses. He is the alpha lion, right? He's the one who makes and breaks. So respect Bitcoin. Okay, so keep Bitcoin as your king. That's what I always call King Bitcoin. It's royalty. Anyway, now why we say Bitcoin is transparent? So understand this 12 million. This is the big story. You don't need to listen about this from anywhere now. You understand Bitcoin only 12 million, 21 million, out of which the 25% is already lost. Rest, some of them are held by companies. And world has got how many millionaires, how many billionaires? Count, take a count, and divide those things among all the millionaires. That means you don't get any. Very soon, BlackRock is educating all the millionaires. BlackRock is educating billionaires. That's the most dangerous situation. Just imagine Harvard University with billions of money in the treasury. Just get convinced. Oh, okay, let's get some Bitcoin. I'm not ready to take the decision, so let's buy maybe 5 million now, $5 billion worth of Bitcoin. We will make a decision. Then we decide how much we want to invest. It's a very dangerous situation for the people who do not own any Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is going to skyrocket beyond our blow. It's going to blow our mind, and we don't have any right. We don't want to get into the situation. Uh, so watch out. Big organizations are being canvassed and marketed by BlackRock and companies like that. Fidelity is now telling you should own 5% of your asset in crypto, right? I would say 60% of your asset should be out of the 5% or 3%, 60% should be in Bitcoin. That way your life will be set. Now, if you invest 0.21, that means around $15,000 in Bitcoin today, 15 years later, you'll be probably all set in your life, right? BlackRock is giving financial advice to them. I am giving you financial education. I am more sincere than BlackRock. They're money minded. They want to make money out of these people. I don't. I just want to educate, especially my friends. So this is only education. That's the whole idea, right? Now, when you buy one Bitcoin, you realize, I got a Bitcoin. Now, who do I go and claim it? I have some questions. I have Bitcoin, but I want to go and ask somebody about certain things. I want to question somebody. Who's the accountable guy, right? You are wondering. And you just go and ask somebody, because anytime when we buy something from anywhere, for example, if you buy gold from a shop, you know they are accountable to you. They go back and say, this quality is bad. You tell all those things, right? In Bitcoin, there is nobody. Bitcoin is owned by you. You probably don't have a single Bitcoin with you, but still, the Bitcoin network is owned by you. You are the owner of Bitcoin network. I am the owner of Bitcoin network. Technically, the miners are the owners of Bitcoin network, but a miner means somebody who is mining Bitcoin, right? With those heavy computers and everything. I am a miner. I mine Bitcoin. For some reasons, I was mining since 2021. So I think I own Bitcoin network, right? Because I'm a miner, but I have no rights for whatsoever on Bitcoin network. I cannot make a single decision about Bitcoin. I don't have any influence in Bitcoin. Now you would imagine the US government has some say in Bitcoin network. They can influence. They can say, we're going to ban Bitcoin. No, they can't do it because it's not owned by anybody. Government of America cannot stop it, or for the matter, nobody in the world can stop Bitcoin because it's decentralized, owned by nobody. And how is it possible, right? Nobody owns something, and then how does it work? So just imagine if you ever used BitTorrent. So BitTorrent is a file sharing software, has been and is a file sharing peer-to-peer file sharing software. So when you want to watch a movie illegally, maybe 20 years ago, I think it's still there, but they have had different versions now, latest version. So what this does is, I have a computer, and my neighbor has a computer, and so many people have got all computer. All computers connect with each other using internet. No government, nobody can stop it because this is one-on-one connection. And if he picks up the files from me, And what he does is he shares it with whoever he wants to share it with in his computer. Now, some other guy will connect with him and downloads that. So, copyright laws and privacy laws, all those things are being challenged by the system because this is peer to peer. So, peer to peer has that power of overriding everything, right?